Oi cunts, and welcome back to another installment of Vindictive, a series where I explore the varying cancers across the many platforms of the internet. And oh boy, do I have a show for you folks today. And thanks to recent events and accusations, I renewed a severe disliking for Miss Linda Sarsour. If you're wondering how I found out about this unapologetically Muslim woman, well, I found out about Sarsour back during the Women's March, which I'm sure you'll remember her speech at the event. No. Me either. That aside, Linda is the most annoying tranny to come out of Brooklyn since Barbara Streisand. Fuck. Jokes aside, Linda's nature and agenda have put her on many people's shit list. Let's put it this way, if you're a politician, she's the activist you don't want endorsing you. So let's elaborate on that and see how quickly I can get myself labeled alt-right. Linda is one of those that would have a prepared statement of all the oppressed things that she is, and all the good things that she's done prepared and rehearsed as soon as you locked eyes. And the reason for the extreme example is that Linda can't help but play that card or shoehorn that into a dialogue. And people like that usually don't have anything useful to say. Now imagine that Linda was a white woman of no religion. How much clout would she have to get away with saying, "I wish I could take their vaginas away"? To another feminist, mind you, and I hate to add this, that the woman that she said that to was also a survivor of genital mutilation. This extreme cannibalizing of your own fellow advocates in times of disagreement only goes to show how much of a repugnant, vile human Linda is. And the sad use of her ethnicity, religion, and gender to shut down any criticisms cast in her direction only goes further to show how this severely deplorable behavior is unlikely to change. So another thing Linda likes to advocate for in her free time is the implementation of Sharia law in the West. And boy does she make it look tantalizing. But let's ignore how Sharia has some very strict things to say to the LGBT community. Oh, and women. And religious freedom. So let's have a quick run through of this holy law that she loves so much. So first, let's see how it compares to the LGBT rights here in the US. We have legal gay marriage in all 50 states, gay bars are definitely a thing around here, and damn, it's real nice. Now let's compare. Oh, being homosexual is explicitly illegal under Sharia. Oh, okay. Well, it's gotta be empowering to women, right? Oh no. Well, it must be really great to express your religious freedom under Sharia. It is the encouraged religious duty of Muslims to convert any non-believers, and any non-believers who don't convert can be punished as blasphemer. Wow! That 10 weeks paid maternity leave is looking better by the second. On a serious note, Sharia completely removes the separation of church and state that we have here in the US, and when religion mixes with law, no one wins. Not to mention the contradiction of advocating for a law that blatantly puts women at a disadvantage to men, and then pride yourself as a feminist. And now we come to the reason why she ended up here. So let's start off where it all started. On July 16th, when the Women's March official Twitter posted a tweet celebrating Assata Shakur as a revolutionary for women's rights. Now, for a brief history of Assata for some context. She was a member of the far more extreme Black Liberation Army, a more militant offshoot of the Black Liberation Movement itself. While that isn't too bad by itself, but it's what happened in 1973 on the New Jersey Turnpike between her and one other and a New Jersey state trooper, when a traffic stop led to the shootout and death of this officer. That and many other crimes that she had committed had landed her convicted and jailed, to which she escaped in 1979 as a result of 2 guards being held hostage and demands of a prison van. And in 1984, she fled to Cuba where she gained political asylum. She still remains on the FBI's most wanted list to this day as a domestic terrorist. Noting this, CNN's Jake Tapper criticized this tweet, to which the Women's March Twitter began defending it in a series of tweets. And I'd like to say this, just because someone has done some supposed good does not negate their grievous actions at all. For a very extreme example, here's this. Let's say that people would like to praise famous generals and leaders for their advances in battle and their evolution of tactics. Now let's say that they wanted to say that Hitler was a brilliant strategist. Would you say that is a bit redundant, noting the fact that this man killed over 6 million innocent people? But like I said, extreme example. So following this, Linda tweets out, "Jake Tapper joins the alt-right to target me online. Welcome to the party." So Linda's response to the critique of the Women's March's tweet was to label the author of the criticism one of the worst things you can be labeled in this current year. A CNN news anchor, and I can't stress this fact enough, was labeled alt-right. Are you fucking insane? then she just takes this stance of condescending arrogance and uses her political views, religion, and ethnicity as if they're credits to her name that make her opinion so much more valid. Fucking kill me. Ah yes, the cringiest phrase to ever grace 2016 is the wonderful header of some of your merchandise. Because why not try to capitalize on the cash cow that is trendy activism and prey on those who just want to impress their friends and say how woke they are. Seriously, just fuck off. At the end of the day, Linda is one of the worst people that should be allowed to be seen as a major player in a movement so influential to society. Her aggressive nature does nothing but to stir people into a frenzy, and then painting it as progress is nothing short of despicable. The short of all of this is I can't fucking stand her, but we all know how this ends. So I say, fuck you, Linda, you lying, arrogant, bullying, excuse of a feminist. Cunt. Well, thank you cunts for watching. If you'd like to do any research on any of Sharia or read up on Assata Shakur, I've left some links in the description. And as always, leave anything that you'd like to add in the comments below. Unless you're a female, which in that case you must be accompanied by a man to do so. And with all that said, later cunts.
This is part of patriarchy.